Good morning. Today we're going to see about the robot control system. As like the CPU, robot control system is one of the main parts in the robotics area, where which will control all the consequence which we facing in the machine and the robot. Where the some of the points to be considered in the robot control system: limited sequence control, where the pick and place operations using mechanical stop to set the positions. This limited sequence control will use on the pick and place area, where from the raw material from the inventory to the machine shop, this limited sequence control will be used to where this workpiece is done. Playback with point to point control, where is nothing but during the work, where the machine is working on some example, the drilling or the shaping or slotting work is going on in the machine. This playback point to point control will help you where that particular point the machine or the robot is working on it. That is mentioned here, that records work cycle as a sequence of points, then plays back the sequences during program execution. Playback is continuous, where in the playback with point to point is only particular machine and the robot sequence will be done, where the continuous path will give the control of from the main to the end. It will be connected with the memory, the greater memory capacity or the interpolation capacity to execute this path. It means that it will store in the memory to know the control path. Intelligent control exhibits behavior that it makes seems intelligence, sensor. Nowadays, almost all the industry and all the household appliances, wherever the electronic gadgets we are using, there we are using the sensor. So one of the sensor control system will help in easily, smartly can find out the applications. Robot control system, where we have the supervisor cell and then controller program. All the giant sensors will be connected to the system. Then end effector, where end effector, there is a special tool for to perform specific tasks. As like the human hand, these end effector will help for the human, for the robot, to with the two main types, gripper and the tools. The gripper is nothing but the grasp and manipulate objects during the work cycle, where if you have the material in the conveyor belt or the some shop floor, the gripper will help to manipulate that object from taking that to move to the machine. Tools, it is main to perform a process. Example, spot welding, spray painting. For example, we have to make one paint on the car body. We use these tools with the help of the end effector by fixing it on to the wrist or arm of the robot, and it will make the completions of the work. And then gripper and tools, these are all some of the grippers and the tools which has been used in the robotic applications. This is one of type of these five types of. These are all some of the grippers tools has been used in the robotic uh, control system. And then working envelope, maximum envelope, and the restricted and operating envelope. And then industrial robotic applications, where the robotic industrial robot has been applied in many places. Nowadays the robot is applied in many of the places, like even on the medical field. But here the main in industry we are using for the material handling, and then the processing operations, and then this welding, and then assembly and inspections, where the main these three are the major industrial applications: material handling applications, and then to transfer the material from one place to the another, and then machine loading and the unloading. Another one is the processing operations, welding, spray coating, or cutting and the grinding. Assembly inspections, where we use this industrial robotic applications. Robotic arc welding cell, robotic programming, where lead through programming work cycle. We have three types of major programming: lead through programming, robot programming languages, simulations, and offline programming. Where these lead through programming, work cycle is start to robot by moving the manipulator through the required motion cycle, and the simultaneously with the entering the program into the controller system. And then robot programming languages, textual languages to enter commands into robot controller. This is one usually do in the many of the robotic industrial applications. Simulations and offline programming. Program is prepared at a remote computer terminal and download to robot controller for execution without need of lead through methods. This is on the direct, where directly we use at the remote terminal, and the controller for the robot controller it will use it for the execution. These are the three major robotic programming. We use lead through robotic programming and then simulations and offline programming. Thank you.